Somebody just stabbed Santa. Oh my gosh. I didn't know when I clicked on this game the like political commentary that's occurring right now. Yuletide Regicide. What's Regicide? I guess it would be like the death of Santa, right? Alright, so Santa's been murdered. What was that? A skeleton? The North Pole. Stop right there. Wait a second. Deliria B. Murder. Freelance journalist. CIA. What? This is a CIA investigation. We don't usually take orders from the press or even allow them around. How did you know to come here? I have my sources. None of your business. We just followed the smell. I'm a bit of an empath. Ugh. Ugh. No. I have my sources. My Ouija board and crystal ball, ley lines, tarot cards, reading tea leaves, whatever it is. The phases of the moon were quite preposterous. That's how I knew something heinous was afoot. A typical journalist ruse. Who do you even write for? I told you I'm freelance, the highest bidder. And the corpse in this. Yeah, what's with the corpse? Okay. That's my partner in freelance journalism. He's a detective. No, he's dead. We're multitasking. He gets crime solved. I get the news. Everybody wins. Okay, sure. I can't help notice he's a skeleton. The dead don't solve crimes. He's just rested. He's pining for the fjords. He's just resting, yeah. Once he wakes up, there's nothing that can keep him away from criminal activity and delinquency. I'll just need to find my necromancing amulet, alright? Abracadabra. Deborah the Cobra. Hocus pocus, dude focus. Yo, he woke up. I didn't expect him to wake up. Did I miss? Just the ride over the ice in the tundra. A high-speed reindeer chase and a few fights with polar bears, but we're here now. Up north. The utmost, and this guy doesn't think he can handle crime. No, he doesn't think you can handle crimes. I can pull off any heist. It's not a heist. Murder, smuggle, counterfeit, jaywalking, loitering, breaking and entering, you name it. No, he meant investigating crimes. He's from the CIA. Ah, I see. Well, as far as crimes go, I can instigate and I can investigate. A true connoisseur must be familiar with both sides of the cookie to know just how it crumbles. But, well, you're CIA. I'm sure you know what I mean. We dabble, alright? Tapping CIA communications for juicy scoops finally paid off. Santa's been murdered. You can't listen in on our comms. That's illegal. Oh, now you care what's illegal. North Pole is international waters. North Pole is international waters, I would think, right? The water's just frozen. Yep, no laws apply. You can't stop my partner from taking a look at the crime scene. Let's get to this crime scene. Let's figure out who murders Santa. If there are no laws here, then surely there's no crime to look at either, right? Might be valid. Crime or not, we want to check out the dead guy. Santa Claus, the king of Christmas. I need to solve this case. It'll look great on my criminal portfolio. The one about the solved cases, I mean, for my detective agency. Here's my card if you ever need a freelance. Skullbert Skull McSkullface. New York's #2 undead private eye. Eyes not included. Privacy not guaranteed. Makes sense. No eyes. He looks like Squidward in that one horror photo. Oh, what is this called? This is called Yuletide Regicide, which I don't know exactly what Regicide means, but Santa has been murdered and we got to figure out who killed him. Here's mine. Okay, this is the CIA. Agent Redacted. Christmas Intelligence Agency. Oh, so it's not even the real CIA. It's a Christmas CIA. Don't call us, we'll call you. What the Here's my cat. I thought it was a roach or something. This is my cat. My cat scared me. Alright. That's a fancy card. And here's my card. Yeah, let's look at your card. What is the Okay, so this lady is like all into like crystals and tarot and phases of the moon and stuff like that. Alright, from my tarot deck, may that be your fortune for the day. Thank you. You're very welcome. Now that we're all friends, let's check out the crime scene. Can we please get to the crime scene? We've been here forever, bro. We would never compromise or tamper with any evidence. Never again. We've absolutely stopped doing that. Trust me, you'll get rid of us faster if you just take us, you know what I'm saying. Okay, fine, we're almost done here anyway. Oh, you solved the crime? No, but one can only do so much. The body in the throne room, knock yourself out. Alright, let's go check out this crime scene. Somebody just stabbed Santa. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's one dead Santa Claus. Yep. Well, you're the detective. Want to do the honors and investigate. Alright, inspect the body, inspect the shoe, inspect the footprints. Let's look at the body first. We gotta that's taking the whole scene, you know? Impaled by a candy cane through the heart. One of the worst ways to die. I don't know why. My first suspect, with no evidence whatsoever, Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus did it. Let's see. Impaled by a candy cane, one of the worst ways to die. Not exactly. All that syrup that suddenly entered his bloodstream probably gave him quite a sugar high. Maybe. I don't know. His eyes are red, though. And I don't know if he's got something written on his eyes. There's something going on there. He must have been out of it that he barely felt pain in the last moments of his life. That's not how blood circulation works. Yes, exactly. Don't the elves make those candy canes for the usual Christmas needs and purposes? Probably. He should talk to those guys. Or we should talk to those guys. What's that on Santa's face? Oh, are those coins? What's on his eyes? That's what I'm looking for. Santa Cola. Okay. 2 soda bottle caps placed on his eyes. Santa was a well-known Santa mannequin. One of the world's biggest beverage influencers. He was. That's true. Santa sold a lot of Coca-Cola. Did someone have a problem with his soda connections and killed him because of that? Are the bottle caps a threat or the killer's calling card? All right, we inspected the body. Okay, let's inspect. There's footprints. Wait, hold on. Those are reindeer footprints, are they not? There's prints on the floor. It's not from shoes or human feet. It looked like hooves. Yeah, so it was Rudolph. Rudolph, suspect number 2. The reindeers have hooves. We don't know if any other hooved creatures around here. It might be Krampus. It could be Krampus. Krampus has hooves. I'm not an expert on reindeer prints, but we better check those beasts out. Alright, let's look at his shoe. He's got some slime on his shoe. There's some dirt on his shoe. It looks like moss. That stuff grows here in the Arctic in places that are not covered in snow. Maybe we can track Santa's movements based on that. I've heard that's something that detectives do. Right, keep an eye out for moss clues. Okay. So I think we've inspected everything. Let's go see. So this is where the Christmas magic happens. Busy making confectionery. How convenient. I see you're making candy canes. How's the work around here? Now, if I was a real detective, right, what would I say? How would I approach this? I think I would go with how's the work around here. See if we've got any disgruntled employees, you know? You seem to be carving wooden toys. That's pretty old school. Eggward, which I'm guessing is this one. Times are a bit tough for artisan craftsmen everywhere, I think. Nogward. Don't sugarcoat it. Wooden toy cars haven't been relevant in about a century. I've spent days on this fully functioning excavator with wooden gears and all the mechanics, but does anyone actually want one? No, nobody wants one. No, the kids want game consoles and electronic gadgets. We don't have the training for that. That is true. Look at this smartphone I'm trying to get working. That's way too many small parts. You got tiny hands. You should be fine. Sure, we elves have tiny hands. Oh my, wow, okay. But not as tiny as some poor kids in their sweatshops. Ooh. Got him. That's why they have them made overseas. It's that certain malnourished je ne sais quoi. Okay. We've been watching how those kids do it. It's part of our job to watch children everywhere. I guess that's kind of true. They're really good at that stuff. You haven't learned any tricks from them, or considered not using wood. Wood all the way. We have our artisanal pride. A wood phone? That's an idea. I bet you could make a wood phone. I don't know how you could do it. Obviously, you would need chips and stuff, which wouldn't be wood. But somebody would buy a wooden phone. It's not easy competing with them. There has been talk of outsourcing production somewhere to Southeast Asia. So you guys might lose your jobs. Interesting. Okay. How's the worker? Tell us more about spying on children. We're not here to talk about spying on children. We're here to talk about the murder. So I'm going to go with the candy canes because we're trying to figure out. Ah, yes, I am. It's one of the many artisanal products we make around here. It's a Christmas classic. Sharp and deadly. You know how to wield that thing pretty well, I assume. It's not supposed to be sharp. Yeah, why? Because Santa didn't come down on the sharp end, right? So... And sure, there's diabetes, heart disease, tooth decay, but it's not deadly if you eat in moderation. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we're going with the only other option, which is this one. Because that's not weird at all. Sure, sometimes it's a bit questionable. Technically, I think we're breaking a few surveillance and data collection laws. Luckily, there's a huge tech lobby siding with Santa. That's probably true. Backed by the biggest corporations and richest people on the planet. Yep. It's the world we live in, unfortunately. With their help, there's still enough loopholes for us to do what we do. I only signed up to make wooden toys, but Santa made us a part of his morally suspect espionage enterprise. Alright. Did you try to negotiate better work conditions? I mean, it's the only new option, so... Bro... This is happening in chat. So hold on. Bro, am in class right now, but IDGAF. Understandable. I mean, you know, that's... I should be a better influence and tell you to not watch the stream, but I'm not going to say that, okay? Anyway, you guys should unionize. I'm in the New York Undead Detectives Union, and we have a great dental plan. Really, with your gold tooth there? We talked about it, sure. One of us elves was getting us organized to make sure we keep our artisanal jobs, even when core customer needs required nothing of the sort. And then the one elf trying to unionize got killed, because I'm sure that's what's going to happen. It's about time someone stood up to modernity and efficiency. Can we talk to him? He kind of disappeared. They always disappear. The companies don't let unionizers live. What? That put an end to our organized endeavors. I'm sure it did. Oh, were labor unions not appreciated around here? They're not appreciated anywhere except by the people who benefit by them. But I'm going to shut up. That's a whole different thing. After Santa signed a deal with Big Soda, he started praising capitalism. He called trade unions a communist plot. Well, there you go. Isn't giving free gifts to everyone a bit like communism? That was a big part of his brand. I mean, yeah, kind of. A little bit. The cognitive dissonance was promptly ignored, and the gift distribution didn't work like that exactly. Okay. All right. Let's see. We did that one. We did that one. We did that one. How can someone just disappear around here? You guys are famously spying on everyone. Didn't anyone see what happened to the Union Elf? Your cameras just suddenly turned off. Yes. The footage weirdly went missing. We got sent a 3-hour tape, and then the 1 minute that mattered was disappeared suddenly. Ooh. Sounds familiar. Okay. Wouldn't your list of naughty deeds include most murder cases? There's a huge amount of data of every naughty act in the archives. The CIA is looking into it, but it would surely take time to go through it all. Nah, you just use the AI database, blah, 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 right? We'll show them how professionals do it. Yeah, let's go. Let's go to the surveillance center. Because surely the murder was captured in the surveillance center. At ease, agent. Are those the famous naughty lists? Maybe. Who are you? I'm a detective. She's a journalist. We like to snoop around. Your colleague said we could investigate. We're friends now. Okay. Found anyone naughty enough to kill Santa? Not quite. I'm still going through the list. How's that data looking? Or let's talk about potential suspects. Let's talk about potential suspects. Okay. Because suspect number 1, Mrs. Claus. I have no evidence that she's the murderer, but I don't know. I'm just suspicious. Suspect number 2 was Rudolph. We saw hooves at the murder scene. Okay, and then suspect number 3 is Krampus because hooves. Christmas. That's what it is. Hello, Happy Elf. Let's talk about suspects. Alright, there must be a lot of names on those naughty files. Oh yeah, millions of people. That's a lot of suspects who potentially wanted Santa out of the way to clear their record. Well, you can kind of eliminate all the regular people. It's got to be some sort of an entity or something, right? But most of them are nowhere near the North Pole. They couldn't get up. Look, see the logic. We're on the same page. We got it. We're a team. True, we should focus on the locals. Yeah, it's gonna be somebody local. Somebody who had a problem with Santa and his soda schemes or something. How's that data looking? We did that one. Is there anyone else we could talk to? I guess we'll do this one because we gotta see. What's the data say? Oh, it's marvelous. They've got everyone's actions listed here. We can do so much with this data to solve the murder. To solve the murder, of course. That's all we're trying to do. Of course. There's probably someone naughty who did it. Well, yeah. That's what we figured. And the CIA wouldn't want the files for any other reason. We don't want any other information. Only the relevant information for this case. Just to catch a murderer. We're nice like that. Yeah, suspicious. Just don't look up on... Wait. Just don't look us up on the nice list. Okay. I'm still using it, but we're totally there. Okay. Is there anyone else we could talk to? Well, there's the grief-stricken Miss Claus. I'm sure she's grief-stricken. The reindeer at the stables. Yeah, but the reindeer don't talk. They do around here, apparently. Oh, this I gotta see. Alright, so let's hit the stables. Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna talk to the reindeer. Talk to Miss Claus. One of you is guilty. Look at it. Hold on. Okay. We've got this one over here who's like, I don't know, a rap, like, I don't know. And this one, he looks ambivalent. He looks like he doesn't care at all. And in this one, he looks like he's strung out on something. It might be the one that's strung out on drugs. That's what it's going to be. Salutations, noble animals. We heard you reindeer can talk. We can, but Blitzen and Plotzen? Who's Plotzen? Never heard of a Plotzen. Are a bit shy around strangers. Plotzen. There's a big old patch of moss growing here with hoof prints next to it. Ooh, pointing toward the reindeer as the murderer. Do we have any other sort of clues? What's happening on the sleigh here? I don't know. It's really pointing toward the reindeer because there was moss by the body. So, have you been eating this moss? How are the working conditions for Santa's reindeer? Sure, why not? Well, the work is rough, only for one night each year, when we have to fly around and deliver presents. Otherwise, it's pretty chill, just eating moss, taking it easy. Okay. How is it even physically possible to visit all those kids in one night? Wouldn't it require going faster than light and bending all the laws of space and time? Sure. We have the technology, the quantum entanglement, wormhole tunneling, relative energy string. Hold on. I was trying to turn it into like an acronym. TQEWTRES. Whatever. That. The Quartrista. Okay. I have no idea what that is. It's that gadget in the sleigh that allows us to dash all over the place faster than a greased weasel. How does it work? I'm a reindeer, not a wormhole scientist. It just beeps and bends reality. Simple as that. All right, yeah, we'll go with that explanation. All right. Have you been eating this moss? Do you guys liking that lichen? Is that what it said? Yep, it's pretty much the only thing we eat around here. Would one of you maybe have gotten some on your hooves and smeared it somewhere else? Don't know. It could happen. Could happen to Santa and the elves too. Right. What would they want with moss? Where did you get the flying technology? It's an interplanetary extraterrestrial contraption. Space aliens use it to power their ship and abduct cows, but it can also lift reindeer. Interesting. How did it end up in your sleigh? Santa took it from an alien who was naughty. It was the aliens. The aliens killed Santa for revenge. All those abductions and probings put him on the list. Hopefully they can fly their spaceship with coal. Is this deer over here an alien? Maybe that's what it's about. One suspect left. Let's talk to Miss Claus. Dude, if it's Miss Claus... It is a weird game. It's just a little free game I found on Steam. Let's see. Okay. Pardon us. Look, she doesn't even look sad. She looks like the lights aren't home. That's what she looks like. Pardon us, Miss Claus. We'd like to ask you a couple of questions. Oh, I already talked to the CIA, but go ahead. See, she's not sad. I don't know. It makes me think... Did Santa have any enemies? Had Santa been acting normal lately? He was his jolly old self, getting ready for Christmas season. It was always his favorite time of the year, made him feel pretty important. No difficulties with the workforce or anything. No, the elves are like our children, such joyful little creatures. Are they like your children? No, but we do have the custody of them. Interesting. Happy Elf, that's totally what's going on. Happy Elf says in chat, Mrs. Claus is framing the reindeer. I could totally see that. Like I said, she doesn't seem distraught. Her husband was just murdered, and she doesn't seem distraught at all. But we do have custody of them, or I do, now that my husband's dead. She wants custody of the elves. I don't know why. We adopted the whole bunch. The North Pole law allows us to do that. To adopt someone and make them work for you forever. Yes, but it's not child labor, remember. They're little old people. Okay. Okay. Did Santa have enemies? A Santa Claus must have many natural enemies in the wild. The Grinch, Easter Bunny, Jesus. The holiday market can be fiercely competitive. Not that I know of. I think all the holiday deities have their own operations and responsibilities. I'm sure the murder had nothing to do with that kind of rivalry. Enough questions. Mind if we take a look around? Yes, let's look around. Wait, hold on. There were more options, and I completely skipped over them. Feel free to investigate. All right. Okay, what are we? Nothing under the pillow. What's this? What's this? What are you hiding under the bed? It's some kid's Christmas letter to Santa. I certainly hope not. My little Satany Claus, how I long to see you again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is she? Cringe, I understand. Cringe, I understand as an enemy, but not Jesus. I mean, you know, you could argue that Jesus was like the original purpose of Christmas, right? And then maybe like Santa took it, and then they could be enemies in that way. You know what I mean? I can't wait to hear your hooves approaching, to see your horned silhouette at my doorstep. She's cheating on Santa with Krampus, and Krampus is the murderer. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. All right. It's a love letter addressed to Krampus, to embodiment of Christmas evil, and signed by Mrs. Claus. What's all this about? Speak the truth, woman. Speak the truth, woman, or face the wrath of the undead. Oh no, skeletal threats. I cannot lie. Krampus was my first true love, my high school sweetheart. Oh my gosh. A little Krampus on the campus, huh? A little Krampus on the campus of the fuck. I ended up marrying Santa because my parents thought he was a better match for me than a horned devil. I feel like, Krampus was suspect number 3. But I've always missed my little crampy pants. And he missed me. After many years, we got in touch again. He started sending me letters, and I answered with all my passion. Passion can lead to crimes, often crimes of passion. That's why he became the symbol of the dark side of Christmas. He hated Santa. Suspicious indeed. An ex-lover with a grudge against Santa Claus, and a whodunit at that. You can't possibly accept my Crampuccino. Stop. He's just a cuddly little teddy bear when you get to know him. Let's take a closer look at those reindeer hooves and see if they match prints near the body. Yeah, because, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Whoa. There's an elf. They killed an elf, too. Well, it's pretty cold, but we try not to. What's that in the moss patch? The surface has been disturbed. Well, we're eating that stuff. It's not decorative. There's clearly something buried in there. Which elf did they kill? I can't get it out. We need to dig deeper. I think I know who can help us. Oh, who can help dig? I don't trust the reindeer right now. I think it is an elf, so it would maybe benefit the elves to help us dig out an elf, even though they might be a little bit weaker. But the CIA agents are allegedly here for this. I'm suspicious of the CIA agent. I'm suspicious of everybody. I'm going to go with the elves. Remember the excavator that the elf... Oh, yeah, he was building an excavator. We can use that to dig him wide open. Okay, all right. I completely forgot. That was occurring. Okay, neither of the elves we have met. That bear wasn't there before either. Stick him up, elves, and then put him right back down because we need you to do some work. Is that excavator finished? Not quite. It's had to wait while I struggle with the darn smartphone. Get building, guys. We need it now. We need it now. Did you... Another murder, and it's the trade union guy. I knew they killed him. I knew it. Okay, where does that lead us with this case? Okay, because, right, like they wanted to get rid of the union guy, but that's even Santa would be okay with getting rid of the union guy, right? Because he, like, doesn't want the union. So who would kill Santa? Maybe, There's so many suspects. There's so many directions. We don't know what's going on. Oh, my several goddesses, a dead elf. He's wearing a badge that says, ask me about trade unions. It's the missing union elf. Someone really didn't like organized labor. Corporations. Maybe it was a disagreement with the leadership. The reindeer probably killed him. I think the other elves snuffed him out. I don't think the other elves did it. They'd be working for their benefit. Why would the reindeers do it? It would be a disagreement with leadership, is what I would think. I wonder if the management was involved, trying to keep the operation running smoothly. You mean Santa? Possibly. He had the moss on his shoe, so he might have been hanging out around it. Santa might have killed the elf first, and then... But they said he disappeared. This would have been something that happened a while ago. And maybe the union busting and contract disagreements made the workforce angry at Santa. Angry enough to whack their boss. Oh, you think it was a crisscross murder applesauce? Is that what you think? It was murder for murder? I don't think so. Exactamently. Okay. Or what do I know? Okay, the reindeer. This murder must have gone on the naughty list. That's true. That's true. The murder must be on the naughty list if it is a list that updates by itself automatically. I think we're gonna go check that. I don't think the elf would do it. I don't think the reindeer would do it. They could. I mean, look at this guy back here. He's shady. But there must be something about it in the North Pole records. Hello, Rec Room Eli. Someone has certainly been naughty, and this time the naughtiness might go all the way to the top. All the way to the top! Let's head back to the data center and see what our suspect... Okay. So, Oh, yeah, this lady. Let's see what she's up to. We need to take a look at those naughty lists. I was just about done with them. Whose file would you like to see? As of right now, Santa Claus can't murder himself, so we're not going to worry about Santa Clauses. Or would the game creator want us to look at everything so they would hide the detail we want in the Santa Claus file so that we'd search through everything? Do we want to expedite the process? Or do I just go with the obvious, which would be Krampus, right? Krampus would be the obvious answer. So that makes me think he didn't do it because it would be so obvious, right? So let's go with the Santa Claus. I'm trying to outsmart the developer. Alright, give us Santa's file. The moss on his shoe tells me he might have been near the elf moss burial. There you go. Santa Claus is a blank of blank blank and a blank of blank. For those who are into blank blank. What is behind these words? You can... Okay. Nonetheless, and furthermore, he is a bit of a blank blank. Sometimes there's the thing about blank and blank them. What? But on the other hand, he has the habit of blank nice blank to blank blank. Why is everything redacted? What's going on? Hey, what's with all this censored text? Yeah, well, you can't redact the naughty list. Or I guess, why would Santa... Wait a second. We were looking at the naughty list. Why was Santa on the naughty list? That's even more suspicious. Okay. We need to redact some information, you know, for national security. Okay. What about Mrs. Claus file or Krampus? All neatly redacted for the public. The government can just release secret lists willy-nilly. This seems to be like a commentary on current events. They've censored everything. There must have been too many rich and powerful people on this list. Movie stars, tech billionaires, and world leaders. I bet most of the US government was on the naughty list. Probably the president too. Maybe. Of course they try to hide their dirty deeds. Wait, there's something happening in the workshop. What's going on in the workshop? A disagreement? The elves look agitated. I wonder why. It's probably about the excavator. Surely the dead elf got them worried. Maybe it's about the whole Krampus business. Why are you bringing up Krampus? I didn't look at Krampus's file. Why are you bringing up Krampus? Is it a red herring? Going with this one. If elves are being butchered, they might be concerned they'll be next. We just discovered the body. They can't have heard about it yet. They killed him. Why would they kill him? He was working on a union. Why would they kill him? Unless they know more, they must know more than they're saying. They're all in cahoots. They all killed Santa. And the reindeer? It was everybody. Everybody killed him. I wonder what they're arguing about. See, agent also redacted. You're needed in the workshop. Make sure the crowd is controlled. Remind them that it's best to remain calm during a criminal investigation. Is the CIA in on it too? No worries, members of the Free Press. The CIA will handle this. The CIA's in on it too. It's just like real life. Okay. Why is she holding those papers and waving them in everyone's faces? It looks like she's treating them, threatening them. Yeah, she's clearly blackmailing them with their naughty list. This went. I didn't know when I didn't know when I clicked on this game that we were gonna go into the like level of like political like commentary that's occurring right now. Not now. Blackmail is such a dirty word. She's only making sure that no one spills any precious CIA beans. That's standard procedure. Once they understand it's best to keep their mouths shut, we can leave. We should already be taking Santa's body to Area 51 for dissection. Hey, we didn't say we were done yet. Yeah, we still want to take a look at the body. Okay. It was everybody. Everybody did it. Still dead. I don't know why I expected anything else. Maybe this is it for our investigation too. Oh well, at least I can help Mr. CIA lift the body out of here. Since when are you so helpful? Ever since a certain quantum levitation device came into my possession, I want to try it out. It was only attached by 64 screws. That's practically an invitation to take it, alright? Thanks, but we don't need any help. We must follow protocol and do this the proper CIA way. They don't call me Mr. Protocol for nothing. They don't call you Mr. Protocol. Exactly what I said. One Santa coming up. Now I'm suspicious of our own partner. What in the world? Alright, we've got a cigar and underwear and what I'm guessing are pills. Clearly nothing. Ignore it. Oh no. Oh no, don't go the direction. Don't go the direction I think you're gonna go. This is not... Oh my gosh. Alright, inspect the paraphernalia on the throne. Inspect Santa's back pocket. Well, I can kind of already see what this is. So let's see the back pocket. What's he got? Oh no, he's gonna end up on the island, dude. There are letters in Santa's pocket. It looks like he was reading right before he died. Well, this is interesting. They're letters to Mrs. Claus, written by Krampus. I believe these scribbles can tell us quite a bit about what's happened here. Was he acting like he was Krampus in order to, like... Okay. I see exploding cigars, syringes full of hallucinogens, tuberculosis infected underwear. Typical tricks that the CIA has used for their assassination attempts around the world. There's even some of the beard removing pills they put in What are you... Okay. Let's not jump to any conclusions. I think the pieces of this mystery are starting to fall into place. It was the CIA did it. Okay, ready for the parlor scene. Sure, let's do this. I want everyone in the room so we can take this thing to a satisfying conclusion. I thought it was going to end with them being like, we're just not going to say. We're just going to not release it. Alright. You may be wondering why I called you all here. It probably has something to do with the murder. Yeah, why else? I found certain letters from Krampus to Mrs. Claus. Letters talking about a hostile takeover plot. Miss Claus was planning to divorce Santa, get half of the North Pole, and full custody of the elves. After that, she planned to bring in Krampus to take Santa's place and continue the operation. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, okay. And if Santa resisted, they had the dirt on him as well. His methods were far from legal and not just on the sketchy surveillance he was doing. Oh, it's true. He wasn't the Santa I married anymore. He was nothing but a greedy soda mannequin, a corporate puppet. The union-busting soda company forced him to kill that elf. They wanted full control of not just Santa's image, but the whole business. It was Coca-Cola. Oh, okay, you've got a video, or you've got a photo of it. He bludgeoned the disobeying elf with a sack of coal. Jeez, that was dark. Okay. Well, we are in part of a murder investigation, so, you know, it's gonna get dark. That explains the moth on Santa's shoe. He buried the body near the stables. Didn't the reindeer see anything? What were we gonna do? Santa was our boss, and a killer of employees who stirred up trouble. That's true. Oh, is that what the deer in the background, when his eyes were all wide, it must have been like, he was like, that deer would be me. If I saw a murder and I had to be quiet about it, I wouldn't know what, I'd be frozen. Anyway, what were we going to do? Santa was our, okay. But we may have mentioned to the elves that we saw Santa doing some moss gardening at night. And we knew about Santa's marriage trouble, of course. We spy on everyone. So we took our worries to Miss Claus. You gotta... Dude, this meme... This came from South Park, I think, right? Krampus blank prophet. I'm pretty sure that came from South Park, and that's where it originated. And, like, it's crazy that it's made it from that one episode to, like... Anyway... Unless it was there before, I'll have to look it up. She floated around the idea of us working for Krampus instead. Was he nicer? Probably. It would have been an easier job. Krampus only needed birch rods and miscellaneous flagellation devices for the naughty, no electric gadgets. So you were all in on the regime change. Yes, when Krampus contacted me, I felt that true Christmas spirit once again. I wanted everyone to feel it. But something happened. Krampus showed up deranged and dangerous. The reindeer had hoof envy. Santa found the letters. I mean, I don't think my decision really matters, but I think it's this bottom one here. Santa found the letters. Because they're making Krampus out to be a pretty reasonable person, right? And the reindeers were like, we know they were already scared. So I think Santa found the letters. Yes, the plan was a takeover via divorce, but Santa discovered our correspondence. Okay. We didn't know what to do. Luckily, that's when the CIA showed up at the door. It was the CIA. Always ready to help, ma'am. They said that Krampus had called them in as experts in not so democratic regime changes. We had to stop Santa before he did something hasty. The CIA encouraged us and promised we would face no consequences. It was her. I called it from the beginning. It was her. Her hand is on the weapon. We didn't have all the background stuff, but I knew who it was. We took a sharpened candy cane when Santa was asleep on his throne and pushed it through his heart. Why was my first thought, whoa. My first thought was, who's sleeping on a throne? Alright. Sic Semper Tyrannosaurus. But put the bottle caps there to warn the soda company not to mess with us again once Krampus was in charge. Damn. And we don't arrest someone for overthrowing a red dictator as you were citizens. We just need to clean up a bit of the incriminating evidence, agent. Okay. Those guys will protect us. Will they? But there's one thing you didn't know. Santa was already dead. What? He was already dead. The CIA had pumped him full of various poisons and beard removing pills. Not to mention the exploding cigars stuck in several of his Oh my gosh, okay. But why? They were on our side. Why indeed? Let's catch them outside and they can tell us themselves. I would assume the CIA would want control over you, Krampus and Mrs. Claus and everything, right? These fine citizens demand answers. You made them falsely believe they were murderers. In reality, all they did was desecrate a corpse with a candy cane. That's not a crime. If desecrating corpses is wrong, I don't want to. Okay. Why did the CIA trick us? Maybe they killed Santa, but we all wanted the same thing. We wouldn't want to take all the credit. We're modest like that. I'll tell you why. They were planning to kill you next. Krampus is never going to show up. Santa isn't dead. How should I know? I think... I mean, it could have all been a ploy. Krampus could have never existed. Is it more likely that Krampus never existed? Or they were planning to kill them next? I don't think they would go through the trouble of killing them next, right? They would just use them until they became resistant, and then they would kill them. So I guess we gotta go with Krampus doesn't exist. They need to keep you quiet. If you thought you were killers, you couldn't ask too many questions. And you might have questions soon enough when the real Krampus never shows up. Am I getting these right, or is it just going to go with what I put? Because I feel like somehow I'm reasoning myself into correct answers. The CIA killed Krampus. The CIA wrote the letters. Santa was Krampus all along. Ooh, okay. CIA killed Krampus. Why would they go through the trouble of that? I mean, it could have happened. The CIA wrote the letters. I mean, that also equally is viable. I don't think they would go through the trouble of killing Krampus. But Santa had the letters also, which makes me think that Santa was Krampus all along. That's what makes me think. Alright, it didn't give me like a little ding, like a little correct ding, so I don't know if this is right. You thought you were murdering Santa, but in truth, you impaled Krampus, the very man you hoped would save you. And who was already dead, killed by the CIA, as established. It can't be. I would have recognized him. My husband never had hooves or horns. I wish. Okay, so I got that wrong. So I did get the other ones right. Okay. In which case, the CIA wrote the letters. There we go. I got the little ding. Okay. The letters were nothing but a honey trapped. The oldest trick in the CIA book. They wrote the love notes. No, we would never. Use flattery. Threaten the CIA. They don't care if you threaten them. They got all the power. You can use flattery. You guys were so good. You knew exactly what you were doing. Congratulations. It was such beautiful, sensual stuff. The letters could have been written by some ogre. Yet clearly the work of true artist. Oh, I'm blushing. Agent, no blushing on duty. Ha, she wrote them. Fine, it's true. The real Krampus went to study accounting after his high school relationship with Miss Claus ended. Oh, he was real. He just wasn't an evil Santa thing. He gave up on that Christmas evil nonsense ages ago. He works as a compliance analyst in wherever that is. He's never any part of this. But why did the CIA hatch this plot to kill Santa? I mean, let's see. The CIA wanted off the naughty list. In world for this, that seems like a reason. The CIA wanted out of their agreement. Or Santa wanted out of their agreement. He never seemed to express that. It's all about getting that data for those guys. Again, if you wanted to be meta, right? I feel like that would be the answer. They were after that flying gadget. Oh, that also makes sense in world. Oh, man. They wouldn't care about the naughty list thing, right? I'm trying to think realistically. If it's like, you know, they don't care. They're not there for presents, whatever. Santa wanted out of their agreement. He didn't seem like he really wanted out of the agreement. He seemed like he was okay with it. They were after the flying gadget. I thought that earlier. Could be. It's all about getting data. Again, this game has had some like meta commentary, which makes me think it would be this one. But I think we're going to stay in world. The clean extraterrestrial flying technology. Because they were going to take him to Area 51. But I didn't hear the ding, which makes me think I got it wrong. Santa was using world certain interests, several parties. Oh, it's right. Hey. If that device got into the wrong hands, it could really hurt the big oil. See what I'm talking about? Where it goes. Damn. They're our biggest sponsor. Who'd buy oil then? Doesn't anyone think of the shareholders anymore? Oh no, the shareholders. Or the oil company board of directors. Christmas bonuses. Where's the spirit of giving? On the plus side, if the fossil fuel lobby was naughty, they'd get a pile of coal. Which is... okay. They could just burn the coal and make a profit. Santa didn't think that one through. Yes, but that was a Christmas bonus of its own kind. But the flying technology could be locked in Area 51 with the rest of their alien technology. So was that not right? Or maybe it's all of them. Maybe they're all the correct answer. I'm going to go with this one. This is my second one. Everyone knew that Santa had dirt on every human being on the planet. Santa was right, so it must be all of them. We tried to make Santa work for us, but he wasn't willing to share the information. Was good... What good is all of that intel if you just use it for gift distribution one night in December? We could be distributing shock and awe around the world throughout the year. A proper right-wing junta? I don't know what that would run this place more... What is that? That feels like an offensive word. I don't know. And share the sweet data of anyone's naughty deeds. Okay, so it's everything. CIA wanted off the naughty list. They've done a bunch of unsavory stuff. They had enough and never getting Christmas presents. Well, it's not fair. We're just doing our job. The whole definition of naughty is horribly outdated. It's time to change it into something more modern. Sometimes it's necessary and nice to bomb. What? A few civilians so big companies can make a profit. Ooh, again. Can we just agree that naughty means poor? Exactly. It's not naughty. It's if it's good for democracy. Maybe don't do the air quotes on democracy. We're supposed to say that with a straight face. Yeah, okay, so everything. Really, he didn't seem like he wanted out. Santa was a loose cannon. He had become a liability. Yes, after Big Soda made him kill that elf, he no longer felt comfortable with the deal they had. Yeah, he worked very hard for that soda contract to force his loyalty, or whatever. But he had these childish ideas that he was supposed to serve the whole world. He wanted to go back to his old school Santa ways, and as he put it, and I miss those days, we all do, we couldn't have that. The US government decided it was best to annex the North Pole as a special interest zone. That's why we sold you the idea of Krampus as a real old school Santa. Okay, so the CIA had a bunch of reasons to kill Santa, but that doesn't make it right. Sure, he was running a worldwide espionage operation, ignoring international laws and invading the privacy of about 8 billion people, a bit of dictatorship, tyranny, and murder, stealing alien technology, and enslaving of the locals in his sweatshops. But who hasn't done that? Okay. Looking at you, CIA. We dabble. Well, we found our killers and their motives. Another case neatly solved. I mean, we tend to use neatly pretty loosely. What do you think we should do now, Dell? About the future of Christmas, the global oil market, the judging the naughtiness of every human being in existence forever. Wait, and stuff of that variety, basically. What? I lost it here. Give Christmas back to Jesus. The elves should vote for a new Santa. Resurrect Santa? Oh, I thought we were done. I thought we were almost done. Expose the murder plot to the world. I mean, we've already exposed it to the world through this stream. I'll reveal everything in a tell-all expose article, all the surveillance and the crazy murder plot. And then what happens? The CIA, of course, cannot be held responsible for anything. National interest, you see. The elves, Mr. Claus, and the reindeer would take the blame. They'd be sent to some nice detention facility where they end up working for the CIA surveillance anyway. Yeah, we want to keep this spying operation going, and they're good at what they do. Maybe so, but I'm still gonna write that article and sell it to the highest bidder. They're gonna kill her. That's what's gonna happen. Now, how much for the CIA? Wait, how much for the CIA's internal spying to be the highest bidder? $20. Hey, what did I tell you about price negotiations? Don't start too low. We have office rent to pay. I can't use the hypnotism amulet on the landlord every month. I think he's getting suspicious. Okay, sorry. $30. Oh my gosh. So we just sold. Okay. Whatever. Let's just print money in the basement. Let's go. That was it. Was that it? Hey, that's our fly. Oh, yo, we took it for our bike. Hell yeah. Just believe in yourselves. That's the true meaning of Christmas. That thing belongs in the museum. I mean, our secret alien tech lab. It does. No, no, it doesn't. I'm sorry. Give it to. Don't worry, we won't give it to anyone. Detective Duo, so we want to keep it for ourselves. Gotta go now. We're in a rush to get to Bermuda Triangle before anyone else. We heard a rumor that the Loch Ness Monster has been spotted there. We have a bone to pick with that guy. See you in the next adventure. Okay, that was interesting. I didn't expect the game to go where it went. I didn't expect it to be so, like, you know, politically, like, meta or whatever. That was good.